Alright guys, this video we're doing man confronts daughter's ex-boyfriend who admits to physically abusing her. This is gonna be a tough one. Let's see. Listen.
Double time on my business. This nigga's
Autumn has been through physical abuse and mental abuse through her parents, stuff that's happened her whole life growing up. Autumn has told me stories about where her dad has hit her and where he's like drug her out the house by her hair. She told me that her father used to call her a raging bitch. And she also told me that her dad's racist.
Now, the title says man confronts daughter's ex-boyfriend who admits to physically abusing her. What was there abuse happening on the father's side too, or is this just a nigga that's pulling shit out of his ass because he knows he just got caught beating on a girl and now he wants the dad to look bad too? Well, we'll have to see.
So I don't know if I've ever met anyone more foolish than you.
Yes, sir.
Let me. So let me carefully define.
Why did they clap for that?
For you.
Yes, sir.
You've come on stage and you're smiling and you find great humor in the fact that you're sexually assaulted.
What?
There's no humor to it. There's no humor to it.
You had the courage. I don't think I want to call it that. I think I want to call it the poor decision to look my wife in the eyes and use your fingers to illustrate. But if you'll listen to me, I want to outline the situation for you.
Everything you're saying, yes, sir.
I've trained thousands of warriors,
yes,
soldiers to take the battlefield
yes, sir.
in some of the most austere and dangerous conditions imaginable.
Yes, sir.
Against some pretty scary armed aggressors.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that?
Yes, sir. That's probably why your dad was so
I'm
afraid.
looking for you, and I'm going to just tell you that by the grace of God.
Yeah, I just want to pause right here at first. But this dude, the ex-boyfriend or whatever, is clearly a dickhead. Because he's like, I'm listening to you, but every time the dad says anything, he's trying to figure out little ways to chime in, to be like, oh, well, that's probably why she's afraid of you. Well, it seems like this is an intervention on your ass, buddy. You know what I mean? I don't know what the relationship is between her and her dad, but if there's one person that can whoop on their kids, it's a parent. Now, yes, dragging somebody through, by their hair through a door, or whatever the hell the breast said, that is some crazy shit if it did happen. But if it's like, yo, you doing some wild shit and I gotta smack that stupidity out of you, yeah, that's your father. Your father's supposed to do that. And the reason why so many kids today are growing up being degenerates and also growing up with such mental issues is because they don't have somebody to smack the stupidity out of them. So for me, if my daughter comes to me and like, hey dad, I want to be on OnlyFans. Shut up, bitch. That's just what it is. I ain't gonna lie. Shut your ass and get in your room. I'm keeping it in the bed.
In heaven, I was unable to understand that.
Yes, sir. That's probably why your dad was so
I've come
afraid.
looking for you, and I'm going to just tell you that by the grace of God in heaven, I was unable to find you.
Yes,
and
sir.
it's only through my inability to do so that you still draw breath.
Yes, sir. So you're gonna kill me.
He didn't say he's gonna kill you. He said the reason he hasn't killed you yet is because he didn't find you back at the time when he felt the emotion to kill you. Yeah, he's saying I can kill you at any time, but the reason why you're not dead yet is because in that moment when I really felt the urge to kill you, I could not find you, and you're lucky for that.
So I'm just going to tell you on behalf
Are
of.
you threatening to kill me? That's what I'm asking. Are you threatening to kill me?
No, I just know what would happen.
Oh,
Based on your behavior, nobody can have a sensible conversation with you. You've got my daughter wrapped up in this cycle of domestic violence where the tension phase builds up.
No.
And then she does something to try to gain your favor, but it triggers you, and then you batter her and you beat her. And she tries to get through it as quickly as she can so she can get into the honeymoon phase to try to please you again.
Yes, sir.
What we've tried to explain to her, and that's when the sex happens, by the way, she's tried to explain to us that she thinks that that's who you really are, the guy during the honeymoon phase. What she doesn't understand is everything is about getting to that for you, but you're really the other guy. You're the guy that lives in those other two phases.
See, this
You're
is
the
how
guy
I
that
see
beats
you.
women.
You see all this.
You're the guy
all
that
this
rapes
other
women. You're the guy that has the
I rape
nerve
women.
to come on stage and look my own wife in the eye on national television and illustrate that you're going to have sex with somebody with your fingers.
I'm not gonna lie, okay, to end this off, the one thing I want to say is the father broke it down very perfectly. Women that are in these abusive relationships, women that tend to bring up abusive relationships all the time, like, I've been in an abusive relationship, but you don't know what it is. Something that you need to understand is that these women play a big role in the abuse that is happening. For example, like the dad says, she's in this type of relationship where she understands who this guy is. He's somebody who, at a certain point, can pop off. And that happens quite frequently. And then she tries to do things to garner his attention or his favor to make him happy. But that stuff sparks him off even more. And then he assaults her and he attacks her. And she's the type of woman that believes that, well, no, he's actually a good man at heart. The guy that he is when we're not fighting or when he's not beating my ass is the man he really is. Which is like, yo, even if that was the case, why do you feel like you deserve to deal with a guy that's going to beat your ass over and over again just so that you can sometimes be with the better version of him? That doesn't make any sense to me. So as much as the father is, you're like, yo, bruh, you're lucky I didn't find you because I would have killed you. And I agree with that as well. I also feel like, yo, dude, and he said it here. He's like, we tried to get our daughter to understand that, no, you're the piece of shit guy. You're not the guy that deep down inside he's good. No, you're the piece of shit dude. But she's not listening. And at this point in time, he just feels like he's stuck between a rock and a hard place because his daughter is an idiot and the guy that she's with is a demon. And you put those two things together and it's like, stupidity is going to happen. It's just, and I want to feel bad for this girl. But this is the way I feel about women that are in these abusive relationships. Because it's like, why are you in that relationship in the first place? It don't make no sense. You have all the power in the world right now. Go to the police. There's no excuse, especially for people that live in first world countries, where this is where you mainly hear women bring up all of these assaults and stuff, when it's like you live in the most protected place in the world. And you hear these women complaining about being in abusive relationships. Whose fault is that? I'm just being honest. Like, yeah, the dude is a dick. He's abusive. But you're at fault. You're putting yourself in that position. That's like me walking up to a train that's coming, standing there, getting smacked by the train, and then as I'm laying dying, I'm like, oh, fuck that train. I can't believe it hit me. Like, what the fuck do you mean, bro? You stood right there. You stood right in front of the train, nigga. Anyway, it's your boy, Walt. Like, sub. That's how I be feeling. We're gonna catch you in the next one. And we're out.
I hope you niggas enjoyed the video. But even if you didn't, don't forget to like and subscribe or I'ma shit on your carpet. It's your boy Walt. Catch you in the next video.